right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you for being here tonight, everybody, for the high school Christmas concert. We are going to start with the band this evening. Do we have everybody? Okay, just making sure. Missed one. The percussionists are hard to keep track of. Our first song tonight is a really neat piece called Santa Meets Sousa. And if you know anything about band, marching band, John Philip Sousa is an ultra-famous march composer. So he wrote hundreds of amazing marches, and even if you don't know, you know them, you know them. So when you hear this piece, I think you'll recognize some of those marches, and you'll recognize how they ebb and flow in and out of Christmas tunes in a really neat way. So we're going to start with Santa Meets Sousa. next piece, for those of you who know, you know. Our next piece has been long awaited by one particular member of the senior class. The most conspicuous member of the front row, you could say. Maybe the one in the light-up patterned suit. He plays the clarinet, Ben Kohler, and at some point, his freshman year, he figured out on his own how to play Silent Night on the clarinet. And he was so tickled with himself that he never stopped playing it. Every concert, every pep band game, every rehearsal, Silent Night. Even last year on my 30th birthday, I was in school and we were in the choir room, not even the band room, and inexplicably here comes a clarinet going, Silent Night, happy birthday. This kid has been begging to play Silent Night, so finally I promised him his senior year we would play it, and we made sure it was an arrangement where he would get to play the melody. So I hope you enjoy this arrangement, the long-awaited Silent Night. I am most excited for. If you were here at last year's high school spring concert, you got to hear the Sleeping Beauty Waltz as arranged by Eric Chappius. This year he has one-upped himself and he has composed an original piece entitled Baritone Concerto. And we were just joking a moment ago. did he ask Caleb Siebold whether Caleb Siebold, the baritone player, wanted a baritone concerto written for him? No, not necessarily. But he wrote a beautiful piece of music specifically for this band and our kind of wacky instrumentation of an army of clarinets and a single flute and, you know, one saxophone and a rogue timpani player in the background. So he wrote this piece, and he worked very hard with Marcia Braswell to get the chord structures correct, and it has several amazing movements. So don't get tricked. Don't clap until it's over, because you might think it's over. But there's really a lot of dynamic movements to it. It gets very exciting, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. I'm very proud of these kids for working on it and working with Eric, and proud of Eric for doing something truly unthinkable for a high schooler. It's amazing. So I get to take a seat off to the side, and I present to you Eric Chapius conducting his original piece, Baritone Concerto. event for you before we switch on over to choir. So I have a few brief announcements, and if you'd like to get set up, go ahead. I wrote them down this year so I don't forget anything. All right. The first thing I'd like to talk about real quick is Hall of Fame. So I know you have all heard this spiel before, but I don't always provide all the details because I never write notes down. I just speak off the cuff, and usually that means I forget most of the stuff I'm supposed to say. So, the Valmeyer School Music Hall of Fame inducts new honorees each year at dinner theater. Nominees can be living or deceased, must be at least 23 years of age, and need not have graduated from VHS. Nominees will be inducted into the Valmeyer School Music Hall of Fame because of their outstanding abilities in music and/or dance performance, because of their outstanding service as music educators, or because they have made an outstanding contribution to music in the school and/or community. And the school actually recently purchased for us a brand new Hall of Fame display, and it's going to be very beautiful. We have it, we just have to get it hung up, and it's going to be in the high school lobby on the wall. And so everyone's name is going to be displayed much more prominently than it was before. And I think the people who have been inducted are going to be really proud, and their family members are going to be really proud to see their names displayed in that way. So please be thinking of who you might like to nominate. Think about the people you went to high school with, or the people who you go to church with, or the people who you see play locally and who just bring music into your life and into the lives of others. I have applications up here on the piano. So you don't even have to talk to anyone. If you can think of somebody you'd like to nominate, you can grab one from up here after the concert. And then I will also be working on making that digital and putting it on Facebook. So if you're more inclined to fill something out like that on your phone, you can do so that way. So Hall of Fame, please think about it. Applications are due January 21st so that we can get them read and chosen by dinner theater in March. And then I have a few thank yous. A huge thank you to all the parents and boosters and kids who came early to set up tonight. You guys are rock stars, and to Jill, who's a rock star, thank you. And thank you to Jennifer Johnson, who is running our live stream right now. You may not have known it's being live streamed, but it is going straight to YouTube, so if you have friends and family who couldn't make it and you want to share it with them, it will be available after the concert as well. And a huge thank you to Leah Hoke, who is sitting over there blending in nicely with the high school students. You will see her in the upcoming choir portion. She is a Valmeyer alum, and she's at McKendree right now studying to be a music educator. She's going to be amazing at it. And when she heard that I was having a rough week last week, she texted and said, "Anything you need for the concert?" And I basically said, "You want to come do it?" And she has been here all week this week in rehearsals with the kids, learning the music, familiarizing herself with it, and she played with the junior high band and conducted the junior high choir, and she'll be conducting the high school choir tonight. Not only that, but she got everybody warmed up and tuned in there, and she's just awesome and took a huge weight off my shoulders this week. So please give a big round of applause to Leah. And finally, we have some very, very special guests in the audience tonight. I'm so honored and so thrilled that they could be here. In 2020, a talented musician and Valmeyer native, Ross Schneider, was inducted into the Valmeyer School Music Hall of Fame. But his legacy stretches long prior and far beyond that induction. Ross grew up in Valmeyer and was in fact the grandson of Frank Meyer, one of the town's founders. He was a great lover of jazz and a gifted saxophonist. So after college, he moved to the East Coast to pursue this passion, where he had a wonderful jazz career and where he also met his lovely wife, Sheila, who is here with us tonight. And after Ross's passing in 2022, Sheila reached out to Dennis and Elaine Knobloch about a desire to donate Ross's instruments to somebody who would actually use them and not just sell them and move them on. Dennis and Elaine connected Sheila and I, and not long after, the school received several large boxes of instruments, including flutes, trumpets, clarinets, and saxophones. Sheila's generosity not only provided our school with many quality instruments to provide to students who may not be able to afford on their own, but it keeps Ross's memory alive in the Valmeyer music program. And when we met, Sheila told me that it was important to her that Ross's favorite horn, a tenor saxophone, go to a student who would continue to pursue music throughout their life beyond high school. Luckily, we have many students who have a passion for music, but one in particular who plays the saxophone and shares a love of jazz. Drake Barman is now the owner of Ross's beloved tenor and has already taken to it beautifully. After learning about Ross's story, Drake even realized that he and Ross share a birthday. To me, that is just amazing serendipity. We are so, so grateful to have Sheila with us here tonight, who traveled all the way from New York to be here, and Ross's cousin Rick Moore, who traveled from Indiana, am I correct? Who traveled from Indiana tonight to be here with us. Sheila, could I invite you up for just a moment? Not long. Sheila, we just want to thank you for your generosity and for honoring what you know was most important to Ross. And we dedicate this concert to his memory tonight. We hope you enjoy hearing Ross's tenor saxophone again as Drake plays for us. Have yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And if we could all please give Sheila a round of applause.
That I think you are the ones that should be thanked for encouraging and supporting these young musicians. And I also want to thank you for bringing me peace, because I think Ross's horns are home back in Valmeyer, which he loves so much. Thank you.
We're going to move on now to our choir portion of the evening. Choir has just 2 songs for you tonight. And one of them is very short, and one of them is very long. Yes, but I'm told before they move on to choir, Caleb has something to say.
All right, so I have a little story for you, and you're going to enjoy this, I think. So, if you haven't heard, our music department just did White Christmas as a musical in November. I'm sure lots of you saw it. It was great, right? Yeah? All right, so it's a super fun show, and the week after the show, the week of Thanksgiving, our set designer, Dave Henderfouth, wanted to do something to remember. So, on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I got a mysterious message from this lady right here. And It was to myself, Gracie Kohler, Ben Kohler, and Sam Kohler. And it said, Dave is down in the choir room and wants to talk to a senior. Anyone available? After reading this, Ben reminded us all that the Kohlers were out of town and therefore could not go talk to Dave, so I was the only one that knew to go talk to him. So I asked my teacher if I could go down to the choir room, and when I got there, Dave says, hey, can you come with me to the stage? I have something I need to talk to you about. So I was a little scared. So I followed Dave to the stage, and then he hands me this giant manila envelope. Huge, I know. So I'm wondering what's in there, right? And he opens it, and it reveals the Columbia Inn plaque from off of the desk in the White Christmas set. So it also has a note attached to it, which Gracie's going to go ahead and read for us.
White Christmas seniors, you may not know that I'm retired from teaching at Melville High School in 1970 to 2003, where I was chair of the art department and assistant drama sets and tech. To have the opportunity to keep doing what I loved is a priceless gift to me. Plus, I get the best young adults, school staff, and parents to work with. I am blessed. Your thoughtful gifts will become holiday treasures for our family. Thank you so much. I am giving you a small piece of the set. A couple ideas. Put the name and date of the show, and then your names and signatures to start the senior tradition for the walls of the choir room. Or manage to get the whole company to sign it and give it to Emily as a surprise gift, or come up with your own idea. Your Dave.
So, as you can see, he was pretty excited about this. So, he also told me to keep his secret from Miss B and give it to her sometime. So I thought, what better time than the concert? So, Miss B, we have this plaque for you to hang up in the choir room. Thank you for always being an amazing director and teacher. And this can always remind you of 2024 seniors and White Christmas.
Thank you, everyone. We really do have the coolest community here. So lucky. And thanks, Caleb and Gracie. It takes a lot to talk in front of people. It's kind of terrifying. So thank you both. All right, so we're going to move on to the choir portion of the evening and round out the night. The choir will start with Carol of the Bells, an a cappella arrangement as you would traditionally expect. And then we are going to finish with a song going completely the other direction called Cartoon Christmas. And for those of you who grew up watching the Rankin Bass stop-motion animated Christmas features, I think you will recognize most of those songs.
Words of the cheer from everywhere.
for encouraging your students to continue to pursue band and choir. I know that in such a small school, there's so many things that they can be doing and are doing, and they're incredibly busy. So thank you for showing them that it is important to pursue music if you love it, and thank you for being here and showing them by example that you care enough to watch them at their concert. I really appreciate you. Have a wonderful holiday season and Merry Christmas. Thank you.